Ladies and gentlemen, friends and families, this is Dr. Mohammed Adil from United Kingdom. I am fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons of United Kingdom, and I served for the local community for 31 years with unblemished record. I was working as a consultant surgeon in North Manchester General Hospital, UK, in March, April 2020, when I was unable to withstand the lies propagated by the NHS and the government regarding pandemic. All the doors of the hospital were shut for the patients and their relatives. 99% GP referrals were stopped. All the elective procedures, including elective endoscopies, scans, and cardiac stenting, and other major surgical procedures were stopped. All the screening programs and trials were abandoned within the countries since the lockdown was implemented in the United Kingdom on 23rd of March 2020 with the recommendation of Imperial College London. I was unable to swallow such devastating facts on public, personal, and health issues. That prompted me to go on the social media, and I expressed my viewpoints regarding the health of patients and their well-being. Large number of patients were transferred from the hospital into the nursing home without testing for COVID-19. More than 100,000 elderly patients died in nursing home due to dehydration, neglect, and lack of medical facilities. I was very much concerned about that, being a surgeon with 31 years of services in this country. It prompted me to go on the social media to express my viewpoints in favor of public. I was picked up by North Manchester Hospital on 22nd of April 2020, and I was dismissed with immediate effect because of my video. And I was told to leave the hospital with immediate effect, which was devastating and unbelievable. I wanted to meet the medical director to express my concerns, but he refused to meet me. After 2 weeks, I found a locum job in Pilgrim's Hospital, Lincolnshire, Boston, on 4th of May 2020. Just after 2 days, I was again dismissed by Dr. Hibban, medical director, on the same video on which I was dismissed in North Manchester Hospital. And I was told to leave the hospital with immediate effect. I had no choice but to pack up my things and came home. After a few weeks, on 26th of May, I received a letter from the General Medical Council that I was being investigated for my media involvement, and I was told to appear before the interim order tribunal of the GMC on 1st of June 2020. I was given only 4 days to respond to their complaint. I requested twice for adjournment in order to get my legal advisor, but unfortunately I was declined. On 1st of June 2020, I went to the interim tribunal of the GMC, where I came to know that I have not been provided proper documentation to respond to the GMC. And I came to know there was a GMC bundle consisting of 347 pages, which was not provided to me before the hearing, which was a violation of Article 6 in my case. On my request, GMC provided me bundle of 357 pages via email during the hearing process. And I was asked to go through that bundle within 90 minutes and to return for the hearing. I found it very distressful, and I was unable to grasp the contents of 357 pages. So I just gave up. And I went back to the tribunal where they were prepared to crucify me, and they suspended me for 12 months with 3 allegations that I was spreading misinformation to the public, I was bringing disrepute to the profession, and I was creating damage to the public health, which was absolutely unacceptable. I yet to see somebody had damage from my media involvement. I appealed against the decision within 2 weeks through my solicitors when I went to the Stevenson, and that was rejected. I had 5 interim order tribunals since then. The second review meeting of IoT took place on 20th of November 2020, where my suspension was maintained. The third review of IoT was carried out on 10th of April 2021. And the fourth one, in my absence, GMC went to the High Court for further extension of my suspension order for 12 months. And unfortunately, the High Court judge granted 12-month extension to the GMC in my absence when I was unable to get my link to join the hearing process and to express myself. So I was unheard, condemned. So this extension of another 12 months is going to end on 1st of July. I requested my legal advisor that we need to go to the court, and I was discouraged to go to the court, and I paid more than £20,000 to the Stevensons, which I feel that went in vain. So at the end of December 2021, in fact, on 3rd of December 2021, Dr. Sam White, our colleague, GP, who was also suspended by GMC in June 2021 because of his media involvement regarding COVID-19 and its vast spreading effects on public and masking and unlicensed vaccination. He went to the court and he won the case on 3rd of December 21. So my solicitor, he made an application to the General Medical Council for early review, which they accepted because they had lost the media case against Sam White, which also applies on me. So they conducted the next interim order tribunal meeting on 11th of January 22, where they reinstated me for their face saving, but they put 14 conditions on my registration so that I should not be able to work. The conditions are, I should be working as a middle grade under a supervised consultant. I should have a named consultant. I should be in touch with GMC and responsible officer. I don't know what the responsible officer job is, because everybody is responsible for his own act. And I have to make a logbook and so on. The 14 draconian conditions which are not allowing me to practice, because every trust, when they see my CV, they like my CV, they like my references, they like my background, they like my contribution towards surgery and medical sciences and teaching and training. But when they come to the stage to see the GMC 14 conditions, which makes them think about, and they get put off. So since I was reinstated on 11th of January 2022, I am jobless, which is very much dispiriting and is injustice. I have been picked up, crucified, and have been dealt differently than the local boys because of my color, race, and individuality, which I strongly feel. It's 2 years since I've been suspended, followed by conditions and restrictions which are not workable. I have family. My wife is a student and she is doing a course in a college. I have three teenager children. My eldest son is 19 and he studies in year 1 in one of the university in London, and he's doing electrical engineering. My daughter is 13-year-old and she's having problem because of her autism. So we are very much worried about her as well. And my 13 years old, he goes to a private school in Bedford. So we have been through a hell of a time and difficulties without a job in this country. You can understand. I had to sell my property back home to feed my children and to pay fee for my eldest son and my other children in school. And I had to run my expenses for my household and to maintain my life, which they have made a hell. Now, since they have lost their media case, GMC went to different hospitals where I had worked in the last 10 years, beating drum that whether I had any clinical issue which they could pick me up and crucify me further, because the media case has been already won by my colleague, Dr. Sam White. So they couldn't find anything against me because I have an unblemished record for 30 years while working in this country. But they found a minor case, minor complication, which happens to any surgeon in his lifetime. And on that basis, they're now planning to crucify me in that. And they have fixed another hearing, MPTS hearing, which is a medical professional tribunal services, which is a part of the GMC. And they have decided that they are going to hold a hearing against me for 3 weeks from 13th of June 22 until 2nd of July 2022. So which is again unjust and is planned to ridicule me further. They don't want me to work in this country. And I spent 31 years for serving the local community. And I have been deprived of seeing my patients whom I love and care. And I had not a single complaint in my entire career while I've been working in UK. And I had a great contribution toward teaching, training, research work, and publication. As a medical doctor, it's very important that we get involved in medical research, in debates, in politics, and in constructive work, which is useful for the community. That's all about the research work and the innovation. But I feel very much demoralized and crucified, and I feel I have been picked up and victimized, and now they are going to discriminate me because I look different. I'm not a white, but I never thought about that. I treated everybody equally, regardless of color, race, individuality, religion, and rich or poor. This is my record. So I believe on humanity and I served humanity. That's what I said. I felt something bad, which I said 2 years ago. It has turned out to be true. There's no mask, no social distancing, no vaccination. All the vaccination passport are gone in the world. The traveling has become easier. That's because of the warriors like myself who have who has been given time, and they have expressed their feeling, which has resulted in a positive outcome. So I have to fight with that, and this condition which they have imposed on me, they should be immediately removed by the GMC. I should be returning back to work to see my patient when there are millions of patients, they're waiting for their investigations and treatment, more than 10 million people in UK. And on one side, the government is talking about the patients and need more doctors to help out. On the other side, very experienced doctor like myself and one of my other colleagues, Dr. Al-Maskazi, who is another consultant who has been suspended by GMC 6 months ago, and he has been working under condition prior to that a year before, which clearly shows that we have been ridiculed and we have been picked up in spite of providing the best possible services in this country. And the NHS, the overseas doctors are more than 55 to 60%, and they are considered to be the backbone of the NHS, which we will continue providing. But with this kind of behavior, which GMC is doing with us, it's not acceptable. So many experienced, skilled, and qualified doctors, they have been through interim order tribunal and MPTS of the GMC. Hundreds of doctors have committed suicide. Many have left the countries. Many families have been ruined. They had no choice. Some have even left the job and they are doing odd jobs, which is absolutely unacceptable. And I very much suggest and to the government that all these draconian measures and the extraordinary powers by the GMC should be withdrawn with immediate effect to keep the NHS going. And if there's any conflict between the health professional and the GMC, that should be dealt with the honorable court, like Judge of High Court, Mr. Dove, has decided the case in favor of Dr. Sam White, because he clearly said that this is violation of the Human Rights Act 10, 12.3, and 1998. So I fall into the same category. That's why I need your help to support me to go to the court, and I'm prepared to go to the court. And my barrister, Mr. John Brown, he's a very experienced barrister. He and his team, they are representing me, and we are going to the court. I need your help to sponsor me for getting out of this trouble, which I am in for 2 years, along with my family. And I have got an account which I will post along with the crowdfunding. But the account number is 00309 362, sort code 162527. It's Royal Bank of Scotland, and it's Adil MIFT. So kindly donate generously. We need at least £50,000, as my barrister John Brown said, because if we are most likely to win the case, but if unfortunately we lost the case, we have to pay to the other party as well. So I look forward to talk to you, and I wish you all the best, and thank you for your kind support. You have been very kind, and God bless you and keep you safe. Many thanks. Bye for now.